We are now a week into my trip to the Borgata, and my time is nearing an end. It's Sunday, September 14th, and I'll be leaving the following night, so I still have time to get into another cash session. This one being of the 5-10 variety. After some not so stellar card distribution to begin the session, I finally look down at a pocket pair worth playing. The under the gun player has opened to $25, and I call from under the gun 2 with pocket 5s. A little sketch, but whatever. Let's play. The button and both small and big blinds call, so out of the 9 people starting this hand, 5 have chosen to continue. Is that a sign? 5-4 queen, rainbow. Both blinds check, and the under the gun player continues for $55. Another sign? I just flat his c-bet, and the only other player to continue is the big blind. 3 of us. When the turn king of spades falls, both the big blind and the under the gun opener are mum. So action transfers to me, and I toss out $115 on this board that should be pretty good for an under the gun opener. The big blind bails out at this point, but the under the gun player continues. The 9 of diamonds hits the river, and the opener checks. I slide in $275, targeting his big kings, basically. I doubt that he has turned to pair and then decided not to lead the turn. He tanks for almost a full minute before deciding to look me up.
Well, 2 sides to every coin. When you toss it up, leave it all to luck. You're gonna pay for it, pay for it. Well, when you wonder what's the point, if you lose your faith, can't find your way, you're gonna pay for it, pay for it.
The cutoff limps, and I race to $40 from the button holding ace-jack offsuit. My action sees the small blind cold call and the original limping cutoff find his way out of this hand. Heads up. Queen, deuce, 8, rainbow. He checks and I continue for $50. A size much larger than I normally would versus a small blind cold call, but I had him pegged in my head as an overfolder and figured that this size would get him to release all but his best hands. When he calls, I'm pretty confident that I don't have the best hand here until the ace of spades falls on the turn. That changes things. He checks this card, and although I now have top pair, I think getting 3 streets of value here is tough. It's not out of the question that he could have turned to pair here. I check it back. The river pairs the queen, and now he leads for $95. Not only do I not like the queen, but his flop call paired with his river lead doesn't make me feel the best either. However, I may appear scared of that ace after my turn check back. His river sizing makes my call a ton easier, so I flip in a chip for the call, and he shows me pocket jacks. I don't think his jacks are ever getting called by worse here, which makes his line interesting.
Is it 6-7 suited? Is that that's the ace 10 off. You can have it. Sure. Yeah, what am I gonna do?
This session was going along, but there was nothing really special about it. I was just winning the hands I was supposed to be winning and folding most of the losing or marginal hands pre-flop. It was pretty typical of most poker sessions. In this one, I looked down at pocket kings from under the gun and opened to $30. I get action. The cutoff, the button, and the big blind get in there. 4 of us. Weirdly, I catch a very similar flop to the one I caught with ace-jack offsuit. Queen, deuce, 8, rainbow. The big blind checks, and I toss out a $40 c-bet, hoping to get continues from any queens lurking about, but nothing. Everyone folds. Like I said, winning the hands I'm supposed to be winning.
The weather.
In this next one, I open the action to $30 with King Jack offsuit from the cutoff. The big blind defends. 4 Jack Queen with 2 clubs. He checks, and I toss out a C bet of $15. He calls. Then the turn 9 of diamonds appears, and the big blind now donks for $120. Interesting? This wasn't a very bluffy table, and I'd seen no one bluffing via a donk line at all. I should just fold this and move on, but sometimes I'm stubborn, and the inside draws are so sexy. I call. Then I brick when the 5 of diamonds hits the river, and snap fold when he tosses out a $300 bet. So win a bit with pocket kings, get back a bit with King Jack offsuit. You know, poker. In this next one, the under the gun player opens to $30, and I decide to take the road less traveled versus him and 3-bet to $90 with 10-9 of clubs. He calls. Heads up. 8-8-6 with 1 club. He checks this over to me, and I've basically flopped the world here. Double overcard pair draw, backdoor runner-runner straight flush draw, gut shot straight draw, and the front door runner-runner quad draw with a 10 kicker. So, yeah, a C-bet is in order. I toss out $70. He calls this too. The 10 of diamonds on the turn brings in one of my double overcard pair draws, and he checks. Now with some showdown, I just check this back. The river 7 of spades brings in the one draw I don't have, the basic front door flush, and now he leads for $150. I tank here with my straight. I could try to break down my thought process into little equations and quotables, but at the end of the day, it just came down to, I don't believe you. I think we're chopping a lot. You're just going to have to show me. I call. He says 7.
7.
So he missed a straight draw, river to pair, and turned his pair into a bluff. Okay, I'm not mad at that. It might even have worked had he went a lot bigger.
What did he have? 7 what?
7-5.
Of hearts?
I'm so glad we can finally be together again. Now that you have learned to play pocket queens properly and you are no longer wasting our wealth.
Well, I'll try, but I assume you haven't read my latest session report?
Oh no, what did you do?
So, I opened with queens, and then one guy calls, and then another guy raises, and...
One guy? Another guy? What positions? What did he raise to? What are you even talking about? I'm going to read this report right now.
I don't know all that fancy poker lingo. I just try to win.
So you opened to $30, got called, and the big blind raised to $110, and both you and the small blind called?
Sure, I think.
That's good. So far, so good. Flop is ace-4 jack. That's not the best, but it's okay because all 3 of you have checked. That's good too.
Yes, I checked. See? I play good.
Now the turn comes and yuck, it's another jack.
Why is that yuck?
Well, now you don't beat anything. If they start betting, just fold. Easy. The small blind checks and the big blind bets $100, and I assume you fold. Wait, you called? Why'd you call?
Because of blockers and range and ICM?
Blockers and ICM? You are just saying words you've heard. You have zero clue what any of that means. So you call the $100 and the small blind check raises both of you to $300 and the big blind calls? My God, please tell me you fold here, please, for all that is holy.
Oh yeah, I had to fold here. I wanted to stay polarized and...
Just stop.
The straddle is on in this one, and the hijack opens to $60. From the big blind, I look down at ace-4 of hearts and call, and then the straddle slides in his calling chips behind me. 3 players. 4, jack, deuce, with 1 heart. From the outiest of positions, I check. The straddler follows my cue, but the hijack is having none of that, and unleashes $90 into the pot. I have bottom pair and various backdoor things working, so I decide to see at least 1 more card. I call. The straddler decides he needs to see no more cards, so we're heads up. The turn queen of clubs basically dashes all of my dreams. Check. The hijack now checks it back. But any hope I had on improving on the river vanishes when the deuce of diamonds appears. Things might get interesting in the form of a check raise if he bets here, because what deuce is he repping? But they don't end up getting interesting. He just checks it back and gets to win with ace-queen suited. If I had to summarize this session in a single word, I'd say there was nothing special or magical about this session, but I just needed to grab some cash content to wash down all the recent tournament content, so here we are. I guess that was more than one word, but you get what I mean. Every cash game can't be chock full of big moments. Sometimes, actually mostly, they're just normal. Well, that session is over. And there really isn't that much to say about it. Like, there's sometimes you sit down and you play a session, and everything's just working. Then there's other times you sit down and play a session, and nothing works. And then there's times like tonight where you sit down and you play. Some things work for a little bit, some things don't work for a little bit, but overall it's just kind of meh. Session results are I ended up like a tiny bit. We might as well just call this even. Like it's nothing special. The session was nothing special for me, but it was a session, and that's just how it goes sometimes. So right now it's a little bit later than I wanted it to be. It's probably around 1:30 in the morning, and I need to lay my head down. So if you like this vlog, like the vlog, leave me a comment. I'll probably respond, and I will catch you next time. Hopefully with a more exciting action-pack filled session. But it is what it is.